Feeding the 4,000.
4,000.
4,000.
Yay. And
They
this
got
is,
rid of 1,000 people.
oh no, no, they just gone back sharing the gospel somewhere else, maybe. And
I
this could be different 4,000 too.
think so.
But this is Mark 8. We're starting at verse 1.
First one.
Verse 1. Let's see.
In those days, the multitude being very great and having nothing to eat, Jesus
Mhm.
called his disciples to him and said to them, you think that was more of a pressing issue, just not having food?
Right. Was it more pressing than, well, the most pressing
It
at that
is
moment?
no,
Oh, sorry. So
because it's
now,
not like they didn't have the means the last time to get it. They had money. So it's like
right.
just the
So
availability of the food.
I think it's this they don't have, like they're following him. They've been following him in the other chapter, and then he's been healing them. So I think it's just because they're not near their house and there's no McDonald's or
They haven't invented fridges yet.
fridges and fast food like along the way.
Right.
So that
Uh,
I think that's logistics more than means. I think.
all right. This is what he said to them.
Mm,
I have compassion on the multitude because they have now continued with me 3 days and have nothing to eat. Not a
okay.
thing.
So they probably didn't plan on being with following Jesus, but they just can't leave. We just can't leave you, Jesus, right?
What is that to say of Jesus's navigation skills?
What do you mean? Oh,
He may have been a carpenter, but he was not leading them to food.
he was not leading them to food. He was just working his thing, and they were just following, right?
I guess so. Well, yeah, he was just doing his thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And if I send them away hungry to their own houses, will they faint on the way? For some of them have come from afar.
Right. So he's
Well,
just
that's the thing too, is
yeah,
like we do have cars.
right. So things getting places is thing. But 3 days they've been with him, and they might still, if he sent them away, do they have a 3 day journey? Well, some of that time was probably listening to him, but they might still have another day's walk, and he's just saying they're not up to it without some substance.
Just a little bit.
A little bit. So he has
Then,
compassion, like he cares.
right, for their situation,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
Then his disciples answered him, how can one satisfy these people with bread here in the wilderness? He asked them, how many loaves do you have? And they said, 7. This is
Okay.
it.
So
This is a
seven
question we
loaves.
asked in Bible trivia.
Seven loaves. The last time he had 5 loaves and 2 fishes, didn't he?
Right?
So there's
Oh,
seven
7.
loaves.
Oh,
So
7 total.
yeah, it doesn't talk about fish here. I didn't notice that before. But then, oh no. If you I snuck down to verse 7. But don't you go ahead.
So he commanded the multitude to sit down on the ground, and he took the 7 loaves and gave thanks, and broke them and gave them to his disciples to set before them. And they set them before the multitude. They also had a few small fish. Ooh.
Mm.
And having blessed them, he said to set them also before them. And they ate and were filled, and they took up 7 large baskets of leftover fragments. Now those who had eaten were about 4,000, and he sent them away.
Mm.
Immediately got into the boat with his disciples and came to the region of Dalmanutha.
I don't even remember that
The
name.
Mantua. I'll get it one of these
Wow.
times.
Wow.
Demantua. Demantua?
I never even remembered. Isn't that you always learn new things in here? Thank you, Lord. If someone
I
asks
saw it ahead and I was like, I have no idea how to pronounce that.
Dal,
Dalm
like
or
Dalmatian,
Dal
Dalman,
man
Utah.
Eutha.
Dalman.
Dalman Eutha. Oh man, oh man,
Oh boy, we are sorry if you live there and we're messing up this word. Oh,
That's a lot
oh,
of people.
so interestingly, it has a reference in mind back to 1539 in Matthew.
Okay.
And it says he sent away the multitude, got in a boat, and went to the region of Magdala,
Mm,
which is a different name.
where they going?
Magda.
It's a
Yes,
town name.
maybe. Yeah.
You know how we have like counties and towns
Yeah.
and
He says
regions?
region. Yeah, region. Probably like a county. Probably like a county. Like a little bit of a area as
Yeah.
opposed to a city, right?
Well, then you have townships, and it gets really
It gets complicated. It does.
it's very complicated.
Yes.
Um, well, after that, our full bellies, we're gonna find some peace.